Hi everybody, welcome back to GregTech New Horizons, episode 6 with me, Sid, and I've been busy between episodes. I have gone over and exposed the copper chunk over there, and I've done a bit of mining, not anywhere near enough mining. I have got quite a bit of smeltable material here and quite a bit of unsmeltable material, but I have also managed to do a little bit of exploring, and I managed to locate the quicksand, which was round about down here. So I did a little trek around this direction, and also bamboo. So that opened up this one, which I shall take. Steak is as good as anything. Not really big on the rewards there. And punji sticks or bamboo saplings. I'll go with the bamboo saplings. I can't imagine I'm that bothered about punji sticks. So that is that one. However, I have also created some flour. That is made out of, let's just do the recipe. That is made using the pestle and mortar with that, so that's relatively straightforward. I also did apple juice because that's also really straightforward, and I'm going to go for a loot bag of fast food, I think, just because, you know, it's the excitement of doing things. And we are also going to take that, which will give me some more stuff. So now we need to do dough, because these are all complete. First things first, I need to put that lot away. That can go in. That is not food, so pardon me. That doesn't matter. What did you give me? You gave me sugar. Wow, that was totally worth it. Not. It was mentioned in the comments of the last video about the lunch bag. I did actually get given the lunch bag and the the journal for a quest reward, so I had got that, and I've actually started to carry it because you're absolutely right. It is a third thing that I don't have to. It's 3 food rather than what in one slot. It just kind of makes sense to use that. My food is, that's been eaten once recently. We haven't had that. We haven't had one of you. Again, I'm kind of rotating my food as best I can. Light meal not eaten recently, and one of those. Now, I happen to know that 3 of those are in there, so, but those are. But this will change things a little bit. And I'm going to need to go and grab some dirt, because, you know, I'm kind of backfilling that bit while I get the water. I have put myself some dirt over there, and I've got my bucket. The uses for this are, if I can follow where I need 2 fresh water to make dough. And I think I can make 2 fresh water. Oh, and sun's going down, so we'll save the trip over. I have been digging and just, you know, passing time as well, so that's all good. But I'm trying only to do stuff that is really grindy, and I suspect that that's going to be very easy going forward, just because the amount of, you know, metal I'm finding, for example, out of the copper hole is really not that great. I mean, look, there is, let's have a look, that's right, malachite. So we've got 1, 6, 7, 8, 15, 15 copper there. Now the quest calls for, I think it's around about, can't find, let's just go and have a look, shall we? The quest calls for 48. So I'm going to need a lot more copper. I'm actually getting more iron out of that hole, which is interesting. But, and I'm not entirely sure how these things are. I still haven't made decisions about what to do on the what's the word I'm looking for here? On the extreme mobs, I suppose is the word I'm looking for. I do need to have a munch, so let me go and get you. Like that, isn't it? I think. Why are you not letting me eat? I'll just take one out. It doesn't matter. I'm quite happy. I mean, you can eat direct from that thing, but to be honest, I'm quite happy to control that manually. So we need 16, so I need 32 water, and you get 4 per. So it's not a bad exchange, is it? And I'm kind of backfilling as I go, so we'll we can, just keep the destruction of water. I'm sure there's going to be proper ways to make water later. It's, or at least extract water from the air or some such. I mean, I don't know whether there's, the obvious thing would be aqueous accumulators, but are they even a thing in this? Is that on? I don't know. Here's the long and short of it. An aquator. Okay, yes. Of course, Stargate stuff. I don't know whether there is an aqueous accumulator or not. But again, we'll worry about that later. We're not here to worry about that. We're here to worry about dough. And we can probably, let's have a quick peek at the dough quest. I can have zucchini bread, I can have a foot long, or I can have a loot bag Stone Age. I am going to have, doesn't really matter, I'm going to have that. Just not what I'm on. I'm on the wrong thing. Sorry, ignore me for being stupid. There's also a few other quests I need to go through as well, but I'm seeing that the food thing is going to be a biggie. I'm just going to go with the loot bag on that one. It's probably the wrong choice, but there we go. And then let's have a look. We need to make bread, which we cook the dough in the thing. Okay, let's head back and see what we can find out. Yeah, I still haven't made the decision about the extreme mobs yet, because I can see with that level of mobbage, caving is not really going to be viable, because we all know what the extreme infernal mobs can be like. What did we get that time? A plum yogurt. Well, it's something I've not had before, so we'll stick you in there for now and put you away. And pop that away, and then how much fuel have I got in there? I've got lots of coal, and that will be enough to cook. No? How do we use you? How do I make bread then? Using dough to make various things. Pumpkin bread, pretzels, date. There's got to be maybe a salt and, oh wow, Wow. Sugary dough is used to make nothing, okay. And the dough is used to make one in a bun shape, and that can be used to make that, which in turn can be cooked and then made into other foods, okay. Or you do that. Wow, that's really not a great return on investment, is it? And then you can cook those. Okay, let's have a look. What do I need? I need 8, which means I need to do that again. Oh man. Okay, I need to go and mortar and pestle this up. There's got to be a longer lasting mortar and pestle, because they really have no longevity whatsoever. Come on, where's my wheat? There we go, and I think I probably need to do 16 of those, so whack. Oh, so steel level 3 more there. Bang, okay. and then we'll go and do the same again. I shall be back in a mo. Alright, that's I went a little bit mad. Hang on, it's like that, isn't it? And then like that gives me another 5. That gives me, was it baguettes I needed? Oh, hang on. I need the baguette. That's fine. What did you want? You just wanted bread. That's different. Okay. I'm going to have to go and do a whole load more, aren't I? This is the long and short of this. But I did grab some more of those. So baguettes will sort me out. But how do I do the bread then? Because that's not... Oh, it's just 2. Like that. Right. Let's go and figure out. All of this doesn't matter. This is food. It's all going to go in my belly, and it's all going to be excellent. So if I do... In fact, let me just do 32 of these, because I'm going to need lots of this. So you've got 40... Just out of interest, you've got 49600. Wow, you take 400 durability just used to grind thing. That is excessive. 32, I'm going to need more water. Now, one of the things I had considered was underneath here we have a massive grey hole going down. But we also have a chunk's worth of water. And I think the space is going to be a premium in this pack. I think we're going to want a lot of space, and I've got a lot of cobblestone. So at the moment, what I could actually do is come down here and basically I can start building a this is basically as a column and use all of this water rather than faffing around, because this effectively is a tank of water. Now I could just completely destroy that water source underneath the wall or not, and I'm in 2 minds as to whether I should, but that will give me a sizable chunk of water to play with. Whoop, hello. and then give me a sizable chunk of space to play with when I come to wanting to do, you know, machines, and when I get to some point beyond, you know, grinding corn by hand in a pestle and mortar and all of that good stuff. So that to me just seems like an obvious and quick win, because we can come down here, which is not ideal when doing this, you know, while I'm on the thing, but we can grab our water bucket, come underneath, grab that, place a block, and then this is going to be a little bit awkward for the first few, but it doesn't really matter, and just basically keep coming down. So we can grab that. Oh, hello. Okay, that's fine. I kind of wanted to do that anyway, but I also wanted that block there. Yeah, I basically want to extend this out so I can stand when I'm doing it. Let me just sort myself out some water, and I'll be back in a moment. All right, I have quite a bit of water stashed now. I did a layer, but what you've now got is this, so plenty of scope for further waterage going down. I'm not going to fret too much about destroying the odd source. There is a king slime over there, and I've put the various breads in the oven and should have what we need to, I don't know whether that was actually, we need that for a quest, but we definitely got that, which means we can do you, and I can have, it's got to be a rolling pin, that's the one thing I haven't got so far. Claim and back. It's an aluminium level rolling pin, it's not going to last forever, but that I shouldn't expect. Now, what's the next thing we need to do? We've got, I like big sandwiches, so I need some cooked pork chops and cooked steaks, and I can make, okay, cooked pork chops, food. Let me have a look at the food. I should have, I've got 6 pork chops, and there is, I think it wanted 8, didn't it? Let me just make it, I'll do 8 anyway, because a piece of coal cooks 8. Steak, if I were a steak, there we go. So with a bit of luck, that's my steak. I just need to do me cooked pork chops, and that's another thing. And while we're at it, because I'm fairly certain the other one for toast requires me, oh, and I get lots of good stuff out of this one. Toast, I just need to make 1 toast. However, no one's going to do 1, I'm going to do 8, and I'm going to assume that I put you in an oven. Yeah, that's what I thought. So there, and we should be able to finish off this one. Let's have a look. Back, get in there. I need to make a large steak sandwich. Baguette and 2. So I don't need to cut. Yes, I think I do. Where's my knife? I have one up here. So we need to leave 2 of those. Grab those. One, 2, 3, 4. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, bacon sandwich. Gives me all of those. And that. Excellent. And I've still got things. I've got so much food. Food is probably the thing that I am hurting for most. That is an ingredient, so we shall stick you away. I'll keep hold of the bread because I haven't done those yet. Yeah, I am definitely hurting for food more than anything because I'm just so behind. Now the rolling pin gives me a whole host of additional recipes such as chocolate brownies. Well, you can see there's 64 potential options there, and some of these I can do. Butter is a little bit more awkward because I don't have a saucepan, which, you know, is problematic. There's my toast. There's my pork chops. That gives me my toast. Back in we go, and you are giving me... I'm going to go with the loot bag because I can get everything else. And that gives me a chalky ice cream. Perfect. Better eat it before it melts. Toast gives me more options. I can do various burgery things if I had. I can make the mincemeat, I'm sure. Yeah, just grind meat into mincemeat. Okay, that's simple enough. What can I use you for? I can buy eggs. Okay, that's fine. I've got plenty of that stuff going on. Right. I think, from a point of view, oh, and we've done... Oh yeah, I did that. I made that. And for those of you who are wondering, well, where my weapons are, I've managed to get mine and shield, miner and the combat mod, so I can carry my weapons in a separate inventory and carry my tools in this inventory. Again, I'm just trying to use it. This one here, whatever it's called. Anyway, yeah, so makes sense. Just utilize the inventory slots as best as possible. Right, we need to have a look at what I want to do next, because we've got fishing, farming and cooking. Now I can work on this. It'll get me somewhere. I don't know if it'll unlock anything. Clearly none of this lot is unlocking anything further. We've taken that as far as we can. Building better bases is... I need tinker's block, so I need rough brownstone and seared stone. Gives me a lava bucket, which potentially we could make a start on. Multi-block goals. I think we've done everything except the ender pearly stuff. That's fine. Getting around without dying, we've covered that. There's a few armors again we can cover, but nothing really. And this hardcore expansion, kill all the things, and then there's the coins, which I can exchange blacksmith stuff for tin ore. Okay, which ones? And okay, oh, I see. Yes. Right, let's have a snooze. Grab some food, and then we're going to head over. I've got my thing. We'll head over to... Let me just take one of those, and one of those. We're going to leave... that can come. Oh, I'll leave that though. And that, I don't need either of those about my personage. That's got some food in it anyway, and we'll leave this lot over here. And we're going to head over that way to our copper claim, because I need to get and process up more copper. I needed 48, I think. 48 for that, and I need 72 iron. Now, Iron I have got somewhereabouts. I've got some iron and some copper, but we need a lot more, and the only way we're going to do that is by heading over to our copper chunk. Well, I say copper chunk, I assume it's a copper chunk. It seems to be giving copper, and the amount of copper it's giving is actually increasing as we get deeper, because copper spawns below 70, I think. So yeah, I need to get over there. Now the problem is, of course, it's over this hill, which means I've got to expend quite a lot of energy and food going over the top. So what I've been doing, just to save my selection, is picking up quick, easy half haunches of food as we go, because there's quite a lot of different options. You know, there's a chestnut for part way over, there's an apple over there, but you know, it's relatively easy to keep your food levels low, somewhat, in the park. They're not brilliant by any means, but you know, we can offset that, and I should probably get that gravel at some point. I'll not get it now. It's close. It's close enough that I can pop up and grab it another time. I will probably forget, of course, but that's, you know, that's an entirely different problem. So our copper mine entrance is over there. There's really not much more to say about it, and now it should be relatively straightforward to get down. I'm unlikely to. I suppose I could grab one of these while I'm at it. It won't hurt. Yoink! So I've not eaten one of those recently either. And I should start thinking about capturing some cattle and getting them in, because I do need to start milking them. I'm going to start making butter and stuff at some point, but I don't have a saucepan, nor the means to make a saucepan. Right, the mine entrance is, I think it's further. I know it's not exactly here because I was stood no close to it, so I just need to, there we go. Mine entrance, and there's my door. I use the word door loosely. Now this particular space, I've started digging down, and again, I'm not entirely sure if this is intentional or not, but this chunk malarkey is, well, it's harsh, you know, because I'm kind of taking out an entire layer and I'm getting a little bit of limonite, some malachite, some silver, malachite. That's in a 16 by 16 chunk. I'm not seeing any large deposits of anything. So either I'm just unlucky, or as we go down it'll get better, I don't know. But trying to keep this kind of going, it does mean I get an awful lot of stone. An awful lot. It's such a hardship. And I did get a lot of gravel in here. There's still some about the place, so hopefully we can get more. And I think if I go back here, on some of these walls there may even be some further down in behind the wall, so I could go off piste if I want. But yeah, it's just a matter now of finding the ores and mining them, and that's going to take some time. Because like I say, 72 iron, 48 copper, and the yeah, getting iron, getting copper, and then there was that bit about, but I think it was it down here, the coins, so I can do that one, but iron and copper, so presumably once I've got those I can buy some should I need to. I'm not sure it's such a good idea, but it's an option. Anyway, let me continue. I shall be back in some time. I think that's fair to say, just some time. I don't know how long this is going to take, but it's going to take longer than I really want it to. So I did bring I brought plenty of flint there with me, so we're good. And I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I've mined down to level 36. I started about there-ish. I've got quite a lot of stuff, and I've got quite a lot of flint. I actually need to leave some of this lot behind, but it's just about daytime. You can't really go anywhere at night. At night time because, you know, deadly monsters. But I'm virtually out of food. I've got 2 things which I've ate, so we do need to head back out. Now this bit is always a little bit hairy because you don't know. Let me turn those off. You really don't know what, if anything, is going to be waiting out here for you. Looks reasonably clear. So we can head back and see. Not so much copper, more. If I'm brutally honest with myself, it's been more of a. What's the word I'm looking for here? Let me get rid of that cobble as well. I've got so much cobble now. It's a bit embarrassing, and we can convert that over and grab a few more milks while we're. Can you actually? No. Yeah, so I've got no idea if I am small, full as earth. No idea. I thought that was that's a sheep. You can't milk that, John. Right. Yeah, we'll find out how we're going and basically take it from there, because there's no point keeping on going and then finding out that I had like 10 too many. That's would be a nice situation to be in. These are definitely growing out here though, because they were not there. This is new, and yet the one I've planted isn't, so something odd with that. Don't know what it is, but definitely something odd. But we can find out what we got. We can process it all up. I can sort myself out some lunch, and we can see how far we can get on the iron and copper quest, and also the bronze quest, because the copper leads into the bronze, and at that point I may have enough resources that I would consider, and it is only a consider, upgrading my pick from flint, because right now flint is dead easy. It's, you know, it's such an easy resource that I don't feel a desperate need to upgrade it, other than, you know, it would be nice to have an iron level tool. And oh, it's still over there, look. And I suppose also, I think so, I've got some of that. I'm going to pop all of those ones away. And then, so I've got that one, that's impure. pile of stone dust. So that's our first one. I've got that's lazurite. I've got lapis. I got crushed lapis ore. I got impure. But then we've got this lot coming in. So hopefully that's something new. That's not, but it's something that I can process, I believe. Brown limonite, roasted iron ore, some gold dust, yellow limonite, and impure iron. And yeah, that really does not seem like an awful lot for the amount of work, effort that went into that, to be honest. However, we have eaten all of these. Any of these come back to not eaten recently? It has, that's good. We'll have a jacket potato. And we can have a potato on a stick as well, because apparently sticking a stick on it changes its nutritional content. Yeah, don't ask me either. Right, let's have a look at our ores. So copper, we've got crushed copper, that's iron, silver. Malachite is copper, that's gold. Cassiterite is tin. Iron, 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 copper, iron, copper, iron, 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 copper. So, what can I do with these? See, most of these will not smelt in a smeltery. They'll go in a furnace, but they're definitely not showing me any options for smeltery action. So it's all furnace action, which is a bit annoying. However, I've got my furnaces, so let's stick a copper and iron, and let's start processing. And again, I shall be back once I've done a whole load of smelting. I've got a feeling I'm not going to be very close, but we'll see. Oh, that does iron nuggets. Okay, interesting. Well, yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, we're nowhere near on the copper. Still processing the iron. I've got little dregs of it left in here, but I've completed the iron quest. And with those two, that will be that. King Slime is still over there. So let's go and have a... Oh, wow. That just opened up so much. Wooden door. Oh, okay. So wrench, file, screwdriver. Yeah, okay, this is this is huge. Loot bag, basic Stone Age, coal and carrot. We'll have a pumpkin pie. Try that again. Claim and back. We also got this door. Apparently. Why is that showing as complete? I'll go with the iron. I ain't gonna complain. Requires and important tools. Okay. Iron shields, a better lunch box, isn't it? Too many leaves. Okay. Sheep hairdresser. Like a trophy. but we need to do these. We also have a slight issue, and that is the slight issue of copper still. Copper is still a problem. Now I can quite legitimately think about going to an iron pick, because you know it's going to be better, isn't it? It's going to give you a base durability of 188, blah blah blah, and it's reinforced 1, which if I remember rightly is good. I can also put another level of reinforced on using the binding should I wish. Now I am short, basically I'm short of half. I've literally got half of that now. I can, for example, take all of these copper items and they can all go in there, and that might get me a little bit closer, but not significantly, and he's not close enough to drown yet. He needs to be totally submerged before he drowns. So, oh, wonderful. Do I want to waste a Peter? Not really. Let's just go with a couple of sticks. That should do the job. This should get me a bit closer. So the way I see this right now is I have one of 2 choices. I can go and mine for many more hours, and again sticking with flint for the time being, just because you know it's cheap. Sounds like me. It's the traits of a Yorkshireman. I could head back out. Oh, just bear with me a second. Alright, sorry about that. Phone call number wasn't held, but it was definitely not somebody I know, because I don't know anybody from Aberdeen. At least not currently, not for a long time. So, right, yeah. Let's just cast those. It will get me a little bit closer, but I'm still shy. Now, I'm fairly certain I left some copper items over in that village. And I've also been told that I missed a loot crate, or some loot on the top of the castle. Apparently one of those towers should have some loot in it. So, you know, it might be worthwhile investigating. But for that I am going to need to pull myself a little bit of food together. I also really do need to grab some more lava, don't I? Although that's easy, I know where I can get that from, so as long as I've got me steel bucket and my gloves on, I'm fine. So I'm at 30 out of 48. I need 18 ingots of copper. And I've not found any redstone yet either, or any of these, or any of that, or any of that. But there's a good chance, hopefully, that we will find... Should have found it already. Magnesite vein. Okay, right, let me just put some stuff away for starters, and then what did I get for that? I can't remember. A pumpkin pie, that was it. Wow, 72 iron, and it gives me a pumpkin pie. I need food, so let me just find stuff I've not eaten recently, and I shall be back in a mo. Alright, well, here's the place that I left. There's obviously still plenty of wheat left here, and let's just eat that. So we had quite a few books left here. What did we have? We had a book of biomes, we had the witchcraft symbology, collecting fumes, a torn page. They do stack, I don't know what. They allow you to expand it. Materials are new, and actually I will take the book as well, because I'd be crazy not to. And the chest, actually, because they're a bit of a pain to make as well. This chest has got copper, paper, bronze, iron. I mean, it's not a huge amount of iron. I think it's half an ingot there. But do I want it or not? Or do I just want the chest? Let's go with the chest, and what I'm thinking is I will actually grab these, and I'm going to ditch. What have we got that I really don't need here? Obsidian crossbar, perhaps. Just seems crazy not to take this with us. I think it's probably getting late as well, because I set off quite late for this one, so we probably need to be thinking about sleep, if not actually going about sleep. However, my way of testing quicksand was stepping in it. But as villagers, I'm going to guess that tower there with the roof on it. If I was going to guess that anything had loot in it. Don't like that. I think they're in the roof of that. If they're anywhere. Oh yes, they are. Oh, that's a dirt creeper. One of those trap ones. Oh, I remember where my... I don't have... One less thing to worry about. The only problem is I only now have got... Oh yes, there is loot up there. Let me pop this down. No. Put that down. Put that in there and go 6 to 11. I mean, this bow is terrible, but you mustn't grumble when you're told that you're told. Well, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to this mine and blade thing, just because. Oh, you know I'm here, don't you, mate? Wow, how hard? Tough enough. Don't want to run the risk that this is going to give them a chance to spawn something else. I'm fairly certain that there's not a spawner there, just because, you know. Gold boots. Okay. Oh, this is hard choices now. Don't need the cactus. Don't need you. I can leave that behind. Leave that behind. And leave the gunpowder behind and the dirt behind for now. And I can eat the bread. And that. Now, just if I have a look in there, you are going to actually turn to a lot of gold. But I don't desperately need gold. This is very awkward. That'll give me 3 ingots worth of gold, I think, if I chuck it through, won't it? Yes, you will. What? I do need the copper, though, so it's choices. Let's have a look. I can put that, and that in there. That will give me that and that. Can always come back for the rest of this stuff on another occasion, can't I? So thank you for that. I would not have thought to look in that roof, and I'm fairly certain the rest of the keep is just fairly empty. My voice is going again, just for good measure, which is always a pleasure. Right. Gib, thank you. Did I get all of the... No, there's a little bit there. Because of course it's, you know, why would you explode in a sensible fashion when you can explode all over the place? Oh yeah. That always terrifies me whenever I walk in there and see one of those witches, because, well, it's a witch. It's not what you expected to see. Anyway, let's get this slot back home. I don't think it's enough to really help with the copper situation, but we can sort some gold out, and then I think the other thing to contemplate, and most of the cows on here I should probably be killing, but because they're killing themselves anyway. So the options I have are mine some more and that malachite. Some of the malachite I can't even actually process because, you know, GregTech. There's other things I have to do to it first. So the huge question is it worth what? Is it that the way to go, or am I better off trying to find another village? Because they could potentially have more copper items that I could smelt. There's a possibility, but it's a desperate possibility. I suppose it's probably a combination of the two. And then, you know, and this is, again, those of you who played GregTech will know whether this is worthwhile. Am I better off doing as I'm doing and sticking with an inexpensive pick? Am I actually better because my weapons are not in my inventory, they're in my mine and blade, I think it is, inventory? Would I actually therefore be better to run both? Run an iron pick and a flint pick, and then I can use the flint pick, you know, for day-to-day mining, you know, cobble and the likes, and break out the iron for the stuff that I need iron to mine. I don't know the answer, by the way. This is why I'm asking. So, yeah. Let's get back, process this all, put my stuff away, and well, I'll see you shortly. Okay, it's not a massive village, or at least it doesn't appear to be massive. It's in a biome called a sludge pit, which is probably the single most unappealing name they could have thought of, but at least it doesn't have a... What the hell? I know the sound was an Enderman. Which... that one's the one I want to check. That's not ominous at all. Stop with the... oh, can I? No. So I can't borrow those. I'm going to do the same again as I did last time, I think. I'm going to tackle this from this angle, because that way I can see if there's anything unpleasant in that space, especially seeing as I've got my bed with me. So it doesn't, again, not a massive problem because I am not far from where we spawned. Can't see if any of... oh, it's one of them. Don't want that. We'll take the gold. Do I want to be anywhere about where there is a teleporting creeper? Rubber wood again. Definitely have, if I can get the sapling. I got, oh, hey, hello. Yes, that's what we needed. Shall I try for the second? Be greedy. Right. What are you? Paper and ink. A bit of asparagus there, so we'll munch on that. And some oats. Photos. And glowstone. We'll definitely have your glowstone. Sanctuary Witch. An Apothecary. I suppose we should take all of this, but it's not what I came for, which is copper. I bet I can smelt them though. Oh yes, you can. Definitely need to think outside or more. See, I'm wondering whether some of these God, this scared me off to death. Nothing useful in either of those, I think. I think we're pushing our luck here. Let's have a look what we got. We've got a very small village. If I had a boat, then this would make life so much easier, but I don't have a boat, so what I really wanted was a big village with a smeltery. I'm glad I didn't find this one first. That would have been very disappointing. I think we take our spoils and leg it. Preferably not going in the direction of the very obvious creeper icon on the map. Let's get back across and yeah, because for that reason. Did not like that biome. That biome suggested there were many things that wanted to eat me. Yeah. Alright, what time is it? It's coming on, so I'm going to have to sleep again in the open and then head back. So I will do that and get us hopefully back nice and safe. And we're a little bit better off. We've got some rubber saplings now and a bit more gold, some resin, jacaranda, a few other bits and pieces, but nothing really exciting, I'm afraid. So I'm probably going to have to mine copper between episodes, which is going to be painful. But still, it's a plan. We can do that. Right, I'm going to carry on heading back home, and I will see you when we get back there at one point or another. It will probably be after the sun after we've slept the night, but you know, needs a must. And yeah, see you in a bit. Alright, we got back. I've processed the iron. I have got like 13 ingots of gold there, which, you know, just a matter of processing up. Not going to do me a great deal of good other than that at this stage. But the next thing we need to probably be pushing is these ones. So we need a iron hammer, an iron wrench, an iron file. So let's have a look at these then. So if I go hammer, and obviously it's not Mjolnir, it is going to be presumably an iron version of this, which should be doable quite easily because, you know, it's a little bit of that, 6 of those, and let's face facts, one of those cauldrons, I've got 2 more cauldrons in the storage that I had completely failed to notice I had. So I've got another 14 ingots of iron there. But that will give me an iron hammer, which presumably can be used for the same things, maybe, don't know. So that is that. Then you've got a wrench. And these are all the things that are getting between me and doing some of the more advanced stuff. So we've got the wrench, and that is made with a hammer and whatever ingots. So presumably, and I don't know whether I can do this with this one. Let's find out, shall we? We can't. But I bet we can do it with that. Yes, we can. So we've got a wrench, we need a file and a screwdriver and a saw. So a file, plates, so if I want an iron plate, there's got to be a way to do this without that. Hammer and two things to make a plate. Okay, and the file was, oh, I suppose I better sleep. Oh, this is getting quite heavy, isn't it? Right. So the file required 2 plates and a stick. So that is going to be 1, 2, 1, 2. And that gives us a file. We need a screwdriver and a saw. Let's have a look at screwdriver. Somewhere along here. Oh, and then you've got the pocket multi-tool. A screwdriver is file, hammer, sticks and rods. Okay. I think I'm going to need a little bit more stickage. So an iron rod is a long iron rod. Don't do this to me. Let's have a look at saw. See which came first, the saw or the screwdriver. The screwdriver, and I am going to go a saw blade. File and 2. It's either going to be a file or nope. saw blade. There's to go iron saw blade, maybe. Not working, is it? Right, let me work this out and I shall be back in a second. Would you believe it's that? Hammer, file, and that one will give me a saw blade. And I'm going to guess that a saw blade and a stick gives me a saw. So that just leaves a screwdriver, which looked to me to be a stick and the rods. But what I can't figure out is how there we go, iron rod. Is a file and an ingot, apparently. And then we can use you to make the screwdriver. This is not complicated at all. I don't see what people have an issue with. Yeah, let's go. Let's find the screwdriver, shall we? Where are you there? So it's a file and a hammer and okay. File, hammer, rod, stick. Saw? Oh no. File, hammer. For a screwdriver. Yay, right. Important tools. That will give me 2 zucchini bakes and some coinage. But more importantly, it opens up more stuff from the Stone Age. Doesn't open up that yet. I don't know how we get to the Steam Age, but I don't think we're anywhere close to that anyway. Oh, we appear to have done something else as well by accident. Oh, I could have had that bungee stick, so okay, that's fine. I'm not, I'll live. Tanned leather. Better storage, a better barrel. Okay. Iron shields, stone spears, better lunch box. Okay, that, yeah, this is definitely moving into the realms of I haven't got a clue. But that's a good point, I think, to wrap up here. I've still got a few ingots of those. I will try and mine some more copper because we do need to get the copper and the bronze elements done, because bronze is actually better than iron in Tinkers. So it's a level 3 tool rather than a level 2 iron. So yeah, you can see there that's mining level is 2 iron. But if I go with that, that's mining level 3 tin. Now I've not put that on just because I've got to repair it, and I could melt those down to get the bronze to repair them, but that only gives me maybe 4 ingots worth, and then I'm into making tin, which again I can do. I just don't want to waste the copper at this stage because I need to get to 48 ingots of copper so I can complete that quest. But on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. As ever, I am always welcome for advice. This is a heavy lifting pack in a lot of respects, and I mean there's got to be better ways of finding minerals than mining out an entire chunk. I just can't see what it is. So yeah, on that note, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Till then, bye for now.